Hello and welcome to this cast request for Reddit. I'm Otomo, and I hope you're having a good day. I don't actually know who submitted this game. Right now, these days, I'm just copying the match ID without really caring which player submitted it. Because if you know who submitted, you know that team won. So let's look at the draft. Gwendolyn hasn't picked yet, but we'll go with the Weavers being played by Aces High. Looks like it might be a mid Weaver. Raccoon is playing the Ogre Magi. Shark playing the Slark. And Cherry Bomb on the Tuskar. Tusk, actually. And, Chinese Letters is playing the Wind Ranger. And over on the die, we have That Luxurious on his Mid Viper. Leshrac being played by Skipper. Kowalsaki playing the Bristleback. We have no. Okay. Huska being played by Rico UA, and lastly on the Miran we have RVSZ. I'm not sure what that means. Looks like Dyer will secure the bomb ruin. As for the top, Dyer might be securing it as well. Will Weaver use his as up? Yeah, they got the both ruins. So let's look at the lineup. Let's see. On top, we're gonna have Windrunner and Slark. Did any one of them buy wards? Doesn't seem like they have wards anywhere. I'm guessing Windrunner isn't going for support items either. So I wonder if they're both gonna try to get last hits. Weaver is in the mid lane. Weaver against Viper. I'd definitely give the matchup to Viper. We'll have to see what he's going for. Probably looks like an early ring of Aquila or something else. We'll have to wait and see. Slark, Stout Shield, Pounce. Standard, not very interesting. Oh, we have First Blood here. Oh, nice block. Stunned. Will it be enough? No, if Ogre keeps going, he'll probably die to this. And looks like he might. No, he'll be fine. I don't think you should take level 1 Fire Blast. Level 1 Fire Blast gives you 55 damage. Level 1 Ignite gives you 26 times 5, that's 130 damage. So it gives you more than double. So people look at Fire Blast and think, oh, it's a stun, it's great, but Ignite is way better for the damage. He could have actually, they might have been able to get that kill. But he took Fire Blast and that was a bit of a misplay in my opinion. Tuskar, Snowball, not very interesting. Seems like almost everyone the Radiant wants to get is trying to farm. Maybe perhaps Ogre less than others, but it's like it so far. And mid lane, Viper already double the CS of Weaver. It's an early game, so it's a bit too soon to say, but yeah, you just throw a couple of poison attacks and Weaver just takes a ton of damage. Weaver is not exactly the most tanky hero in the game. He doesn't have any sort of good passive regen or anything like that to keep him alive, so Viper's gonna win this easily. And he's taking more points than Nether Toxin, so he's going all out offense. Well, 2-1. And Leshrac. 3 and 2. And 3. Yeah, definitely Leshrac and Huska. Everyone in this game wants to farm, basically. But at least the Dire have some Observer Wars going for them. So, Leshrac. It's hard to tell. I think you definitely want to point in Split Earth early on. I mean, Diabolic Edict isn't exactly the most impressive spell. You have to be right up next to them. You don't have much life. So I would have gone for Lightning Storm and Split Earth. I think it would have been better use of his skills. Oscar, Max Spears, Berserker's Blood. Maybe we'll get a point in Vitality for the heal. Really personal choice. Both of them are great. Berserker's Blood is going to be perhaps not as useful, because you don't really have that much magic damage. You have Ogre Magi mainly, and some spells. It's not very not a very hardcore Lich Lion ton of magic damage. Ogre is pretty good, but the attack speed will be great though. Bristleback. What does he have? Boot, Stout Shield, more points than Bristleback. Interesting. I suppose 1 point would have been enough for now, but I guess he's worried about his near-death experience before. I don't know, always have to change cameras because you don't know who's gonna who's gonna get first blood, and then you miss it out. So, and lastly, Mirana also seems. Let's see if she gonna also try to go for this last hit. She's going for leap, sacred arrow. After that, let's see where she's gonna go. More points in sacred arrow. Oh, yeah, more points in sacred arrow. I see. Yeah, everyone's trying to farm. More points in sacred arrow is. There's nothing wrong with it, but it does rely on the fact of you landing the arrow. If you can land it, then it's worth it. But if you, oh, we have a kill. But if you don't, then I'd say Starstorm is the better ability. Starstorm, I prefer maxing it out no matter what kind of mirror I'm playing, whether it's support or core. The mana cost is high, but you're guaranteed to hit, whoever's around you. And if there's more than one person, the damage becomes really good. And arrow missed. If he had a point in goo, he'd be able to. There we go. Had a point in goo. I think the 1-3-1 build is better, but more points in Bristleback will keep him alive, or at least help to keep him alive. And there we have a point in Inner Vitality. If you have mana, you should have at least a spell that uses mana. Otherwise, it's kind of pointless. So it gives him some decent regen, keeps him alive. So looking at the farm, we have Viper. Let's look at the graphs actually. Dyer's taking a lead in the laning phase, and when you're losing the laning phase, it's often better to rotate a hero or two. So one of the reasons could be because Viper is really beating this Weaver, especially that he has sentry wards, so that's some good support. I don't know if he bought them or someone bought them for him. Nah, he bought them. But even so, it's really helping him win the lane. Weaver's out of region. Wraithband going to Ring of Aquila. Let's see. Slark gonna go for the Skadi. He's maxing pounds. Yeah, this is probably the only way you should play Slark. You max pounds and 1 point and everything else. Sometimes though, if you're going one-on-one against someone, I say you could take max Dark Pact first, Dark Pact, Essence Shift first, because if you hit someone and then for the next 2 minutes their stats are lowered, you could win one-on-one just by trading. Windranger going for the max power shot. She probably wants to go max power shot so she can get more last hits than Slark, because teamwork. Oh dear, I missed it. But at least I'll get the second kill. And we have a dead raccoon. Well, unfortunate I missed it, but it happens. Yeah, you definitely want to go 2-2 and then you max Fire Blast. Ignite is the better skill for level 1 and 3 though, for the damage much higher. Let's see now. So Dyer takes 2 kills early on, extending their lead even more. And this Weaver mid, just not the best choice in the game. And his skill build, oh dear. People go this Geminate attack. I don't know why they want to max it out. It's not really that great. All you get out of it is a lowered cooldown, whereas Swarm is such a better build. Firstly, it's AoE, so it can hit multiple heroes, and secondly, it gives you vision, so your enemies can't just run away. And the reduction of armor is really good for increasing your damage. You can Shikuchi. You throw the storm, you Shikuchi, you hit, you go Shikuchi again. But I don't understand this max Geminate build. I think it's it's just not as good as maxing out Storm. So early maxed out Swarm would be really good. Oh, over here we have a nice snowball, but it looks like he'll be fine. That extra point in Bristleback doing work right over there. And or is it? Oh, delve too high. Too hard, sorry. And just stood there for a second. What was he? Is he gonna snowball and turn it around? He will, but will be enough to get a kill. And Viper kills the Slark. Very nice. That was actually played very well. Of course, in the meantime, though, other people were, apparently the top lane was getting dove on pretty well. So they got 2 kills. Seems like all over the map though. Three of the Radiant were killed in return. Oh, and Bristleback is one of the heroes who's named after one of his spells. I think the other one would be Doom, and a long time ago, Windrunner was called Windrun. But oh, very nice arrow. But will they be able to get anything out of it? Does he have a stun? No, I don't. He should have 1 point in his stun at least. Oh, nice shackle. I thought it would get 2, but either way, 1. And there we go. Slark. Will he be able to win this? He does, but he's gonna take a lot of burn damage. He'll survive, I think. No? Almost survived. Mid lane, Viper. Just life is good if your name is Viper. You just go to the mid lane and well, the Radiant really just can't handle him that well. Not this Viper, at least. We'll have to wait and see. He's going for the early mech build. These days it's not as popular as it used to be because the mech cost is so much higher than before. Oh, we have a dive here. Alright. Think he'll be able to get the kill. Snowball? No cooldown. Everything is off. If he had TP scroll, he should just TP out of here. Oh. His team is here. Missed arrow. Good effort. Now look at this game. Who would I say has the edge? Late game, it's really quite even, but perhaps the Radiant have a slight edge. Oh dear. Oh dear. Perhaps the Radiant have a slight edge late game because their heroes scale very well. All of them do well with farm. Even Ogre Magi, if you get him in Aghanims and maybe a Veil, that's a ton of damage you can do. Whereas the Dire, they scale also just as well. I mean, yeah, Viper falls off a little late game. Leshrac, he definitely benefits from farm, but he needs quite a lot of it to be very useful. Mirana, she doesn't have much. She's great late game, especially if you can get a couple, an arrow in and you take a fight. Didn't really manage to last it very well just now. So we'll see. I'd say the Radiant have a slight edge. It's very slight though. It's not like they're much better. Oh, that's great. Arrow there, but I don't think it's enough to kill. Put him in the snowball. No, doesn't need to in the end. There we go. Actually, if you put him in the snowball, I suppose that means he'll just start healing straight away. How long does a snowball last? You can put them there in like what, 4 seconds? Then Slark goes into his ultimate. That's another 4 seconds. So 8 seconds of Slark healing. That's enough time to. That's what, like 24% of his life. It's pretty good. Wow. Ooh, you should have shot him from like here. Try to get the angle straight. And looks like Ogre or Orgy, as they call him, might fall. Maybe not. There we go. Alright though, they get a return kill, and looks like Windrunner's 2 for 2, and Weaver's coming in. He should be able to get the kill. There we go. Nice! That arrow in the face. I find that Mirana is really good against Weaver. I don't know why, maybe it's because of the way he moves so fast, but Mirana just seems to be like a really good counter against Weaver. So, let's look at the current score. Askar's doing well, and Mirana also. And Ogre, he's died a few times, but he's getting kills for his team. And Weaver is okay after we just sort of trail off. Net worth. Oh, now you can see why the Dire's ahead gold wise. The top 4 are all Dire. Even the I don't know what position you can call this Mirana. Position 4. Mirana is way ahead of everything else. Very nice arrow. That is beautiful. Weaver, if he's gonna time lapse, he times all the way back to the base. They might have been better off going for the Slark. And this tower looks like he's gonna fall. They have a very good pushing lineup. To be completely fair, only Leshrac is known to be an exceptionally good pusher. Oh, here we have Dead Huskar. Oh, lovely. The way that magic damage is just doesn't affect him at all. But in the end, he falls anyway. Throw some goo at him. There we go. It's okay. He'll just wait here until he comes out of his ball. Nice arrow, but perhaps unnecessary. He was dead anyway. So Wind Ranger going for Phase Boot. Phase Boot works well if you're gonna take your ultimates because your damage is reduced. Phase Boot gives you a bit more damage to work with. So definitely a nice choice. But overall, the farm on the Radiant is just not as good as the Dire. And yeah, as I was saying about the pushing lineup, they're good at pushing because they have Mirana for long range arrows. That's a bit odd. Just to save himself. Protection. And the Radiant, I don't see any wards for them. I mean, granted, this is not exactly the best warding by the Dire, but at least they have wards. Radiant just seem to be wondering, ah, dear. Oh. A good kill by Weaver. Weaver is a very slippery hero. That's what makes him so much fun to play. I don't know. We have a fight here. And then you can shackle him. Oh, nice grab. But look at that bristleback. Just, you know, if you attack him from the rear, that's what's gonna happen. Again, shackle, he just couldn't get the angle right. And nice separating the team like that. But here we go, Ogre. What's he gonna do? Nice multicast. You don't really want to cast it on beautiful shackle shot. Hits 2. All punch. All of this damage going into Viper. It's just not worth it. We had Geminate. Oh. Ultimate? Might be worth using it. No, it decides not to. If he had Swarm just now, he could have, you know, reduced their armor, especially that some of them don't have the best armor in the game. Leshrak's pretty low armor. Huskar, well, he has damage, but oh, fight continues. He just turns his butt to them, and that's it. Beautiful. Alright, usually I try to go for 3 points in Viscous Nasal Goo before I max Bristleback, but this game, he just turns around and that's it. Should be strength actually, I'm not sure why he put it on agility. Could you change? No, he's going for Blade Mail, which considering the amount of, you know, how obsessed the Radiant are with bringing him down, that's a great choice, finally. Alright, so if you have Helm Dominator, you should probably try to get one of the Alpha Wolves. Can't seem to find one yet, but hopefully he will. So, Viper, go Mech, Power Treads, Aquila. Let's see what he's gonna go for next. Who is buying the wards anyway? Who is it? Leshrak. All Leshrak, yeah. And that's definitely giving them vision. Although I think it's a bit too much to have 3 wards in generally the same area. I mean, you could, I don't know, have a ward here and maybe a ward here, but Radiants aren't exactly. You don't have anyone who's really that good at jungling. There we have Weaver. Seems unlikely that they'll be able to bring him down. Weaver is very good against dust, though. You shouldn't use dust against him because if he gets dusted, he uses time lapse. The dust is he's even going stats instead of swarm. I don't understand why it's Jimmy attack that bad. It's probably going Lincoln's early on. What can you dodge? You can dodge the Viper Strike. You can dodge the Goo, Huskar's Life Break. I think that's about it. Those 3 spells. And out of all of them, definitely the Goo is the most dangerous. So gotta be able to dodge that. Would BKB be better this game? I think BKB would defend him against all of the spells except for Edict, yeah. BKB might be the better choice, but I personally always go for Lincoln myself just because I like it so much. But oh, we have a dead. Doesn't look like he's gonna make it out. Oh no, he's fine. That's another very good Mirana ultimate, keeping everyone alive like that. We have a dive here. This is smart. by the way. He has a TP scroll. He doesn't need to be here doing all this posturing. This happens before a big fight usually. Is that both teams they sort of just stand around, throw a couple of spells. You don't have to do it all the time. If you can, you should be able to go. You should go farm somewhere else. And it's good that Weaver is doing that right now. Oh, we have a kill here. Very nice snowball. Give me a shackle shot. I knew that we'd have 2 people shackle shot. But it looks like the Radiant still lost everyone. Except for Weaver, who was elsewhere. One of the things is that Viper is really not the person you want to throw any magic spells on. Because I see that Ogre usually, he uses his multicast on him, his Fire Blast. But it's not as helpful as it could be. With his magic damage, it affects him a lot less. Just not the best not the best person to throw your spells on. So, and the Dire team in general are kind of tanky. I mean, Viper is known for being hard to bring down. He has a Mechan, he has a point booster. Aghanims is going to help him up. Leshrac not so much, although he's going for Aghanim, so he'll get some HP. Bristleback, oh here. Well, that's just beautiful, the way that Leshrac was able to do that. But this is what you usually see in the games that I cast for some reason. Most people upload games where they're behind and then they make a comeback. So because the Dire are pulling ahead, I'm gonna say that it's probably gonna be the Radiant who will win. But no, overall though, I'd say the Radiant have a slightly better late game lineup. Very slight though. Just because Viper falls off so hard, Leshrac not the best. Anyway, Bristleback going for Blade Mail. As his Vanguard is going to go for Crimson Guard. Crimson Guard is going to be great. There's quite a good amount of physical damage. Oh, that one's great. Wait. Turning it on. They don't want to attack him while his Blade Mail is on. And we have an Envy here. Viper is fine. His ice shots have been pretty good. Oh, I jinxed him. And there's quite a lot of Blade Mails on the Dire team now. Trapped. Yeah, there's quite a lot of Blade Mails on the Dire team. They have Blade Mail on the Bristleback and looks like a Blade Mail on the Huskar as well. So, they're hard to bring down. You don't really want to hit them. And look at that net worth. Weaver, #1. Then the next 5 are all Dire. It's gonna be interesting. But when you're this far behind, any kills give you a ton of golden experience. So let's see what is Dust going for. Vladimir's is nice, especially with his team. It really helps the Slark, and the damage is decent as well, 15%. I suppose it works also really good with his Walrus Punch. You have a guaranteed crit. You crit and you're able to regen a lot. Earn, Magic Wand, Power Threats, quite standard stuff. Slark, what's he going for? Does he have anything on the courier? This seems to be rather poor farm at this point of the game, and you really don't want to have agility treads when your life is this low. So Slark just not doing well. Oh, we have a kill here. Oh, they're gonna go on the Viper, and look, he doesn't take that much damage from their abilities. Bristleback coming in, ready to tank everything. Weaver, he's gonna focus on the Mirana, which is good, but and one more hit? No, 2 more. He gets it. He tunnel visioned him, and it was probably worth it because alright, there we go. Slark just cannot fight in these fights. The Shackle Shot misses again. When he turns around, he takes no damage. He just takes no damage. Heal. There we go. Well, is there anyone here who can turn on his Blade Mail? Huskar jumping in ultimate on the burn damage, not affecting him so much because he's physically immune. Alright. Weaver. Probably thinking about it, may not be the best choice. I still don't understand why he didn't take Swarm, but well, so far his skill build is working for him. That was a very long fight. Very long. Looks like Dire came on top though. But Weaver's farming very well. Overtaken by the Huskar though. I'll have to see. Ah, it wasn't Agams, it was Bloodstone. Also really good. When you die, you heal your team. That's something that most people don't seem to know, realize about Bloodstone, or at least seem to notice it very much. Is that it does heal your team very well if you die with a lot of charges. So it's good that he has it, and the respawn time, his respawn time will be reduced by a lot. So I think he'll go Agams later though. Oh, interesting. Pick up. I don't really. It's not the best attack modifier for Weaver because you want to take things that proc. If you're going to take Geminate, you want something that has like a percentage based. Maybe, or maybe something that the effect stacks, like Diffusal. If you're going to take things that proc, you might take a crit or Maelstrom. But Skadi, it's good stats, I suppose. It's not much damage though. You're not going to do much damage, and they definitely seem to like damage. So. Especially with no Geminate, I mean with no Swarm. Now if he had Swarm he could scout this, but he doesn't. So Radiant Wards. And just diving in, well they should know he's here. In the meantime they're pushed top, so that's getting something out of it. Really wish he had Swarm. Bristleback able to zone out most of the Radiant team by himself while his team takes care of Weaver. Can't do anything. That was a nice block. That was a nice block. Definitely Tuskar's doing work. And, oh, arrow from afar able to land on him. So it looks like it's a 5-second arrow now. I don't think he'll be able to make it out alive. Things just not going well for Team Radiant. And Slark, I'm not sure what he's going for. He should just go for. If you're dying a lot, you might as well go strength items. It may seem like bad to go and buy a bracer, but if you're dying before you can contribute anything to a fight, then you might as well do it. Oh, arrow from afar. 1 second, I drink water.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Casting is thirsty work. So Dire, they're extending their lead. This is becoming quite a slope. Oh, and this is the problem. Firstly, they can't bring down Bristleback easily. Oh, looks like they'll be able to get Ogre, but that may be it. Oh, yeah, he had Aegis. Yeah, well, it's good that he used it at least. And he'll be back. Gonna jump on. Beautiful shackle. And looks like he'll fall in the end as well. I thought they'd be able to get a bit more than that with the Aegis, but no. So let's look at the current item list. Maelstrom is great on Windranger. Perhaps not that great because they have a ton of magic reduction. Huskar's magic, practically magic immune. Viper doesn't take much damage. Bristleback is also pretty good. But it's good because the lightning proc isn't reduced by focus fire. So, and you're gonna attack so fast, you're gonna get quite a few procs. So this Staff of Wizardry looks like it's gonna be a 4-staff. Weaver, don't really like this Skadi choice, doesn't give you enough burst damage. Good survivability, oh, beautiful shackle. He shackled from the creep to the hero. And he was standing right where he should have been, just to get the kill. He needs more damage, he definitely needs to get more damage items. Ogre, Arcane Boots into Voidstone. What's it gonna be? A Yule's? Hope it's not a Yule's. I mean, Agam is the best item on Ogre. There's no item as good as it. And yeah, so it's gonna be a Yule's. Slark, Sanganyasha. Looks like it. If you're gonna go Sanganyasha, you might as well go Sanj first, because you're dying a lot. And why his boots are always on agility? Not sure. Just it should be strength. You need the life. You're dying too fast. And Tuskar. Looks like he's going for a Deso. So at least Deso will improve the damage of the rest of his team by reducing the enemy armor. Especially that their enemy team just isn't exactly the most armor heavy team. Alright, let's look at the Dire side. Aghanims, almost. 4-staff on Windrunner. That's going to help him in position, especially his Shackle Shot and Diffusal Blade. That's going to be really good for the slow. because they don't really have much disable. They have good slows, but it's not really the most guaranteed stun in the world, and so split Earth is a bit difficult. Oh, interesting. Heart. The Leshrac just simply he wants to turn on his ultimate. He just wants to walk in. That's what he wants to do. That's all. If he gets Heart, he should get Shivas afterwards. He needs the armor to survive. Bristleback, Crimson ready, Sanj. I think he might be going for Heaven's Halberd. It will give him excellent evasion, keep him alive even more. And Blade Mail has been pretty useful for him so far. Huskar, Sanj into Aghanims. Not sure if he's going Heaven's Halberd as well. It's much better for him than SNY, but he went Sanj and then he went for Point Booster. Not sure what he's gonna go for now. And we just talked about it. But Boost of Travel, that's gonna save him some gold long run. Arrow, it's gonna miss. So yeah, this 4-staff pickup is gonna help him land those shackles. Let's look at the graphs. It's not Radiant was able to take a few pickoffs. So Weaver still far ahead. Weaver's doing his best to keep them in the game, but Slark is doing the best to keep the dire side of to the game. Good prediction, but not enough. And finally, he's going for Demon Edge. It looks like it's probably going to be an MKB. At least I think it should be MKB because he already knows that part of the Dire have a Sanj. So if he's able to predict that they're going to go for SN1 for Heaven's Halberd, he'll be like, okay, 2 of them are going to have evasion. I need to get MKB, and you can proc the mini bash on his Geminate. So that's a good amount of damage that he needs. Still not sure why he hates. At least put 1 point in it. It lasts 14 seconds. It reduces the armor. Oh, we have a dive here. I wonder if he saw that. Oh, will that be enough? I think he'll be able to time lapse out of it. Skadi keeping him alive, and the rest of the team is here. But do they have any detection? Oh, Courier manages to make it out alive. And Tuskar falls in the end. He has his Deso completed. The Skadi was able to keep him alive just now, so not a bad pickup. Look at all these spells and just one person died. So Dire, I think it seems like they're a bit scared to go up against high ground now without Aegis, but they're actually one of a very good lineup to do. Go for high ground. You just keep throwing your arrows. Eventually, one of them is gonna hit. If it hits, you maybe try to dive that person. You get a kill. Then the Radiant decide that they don't want to fight 4 on 5. Stark still, well, he has power sang in SNY, so that's something. But just too low. He can't survive in these fights. And you don't need agility because you can steal 3 per hit. So it's maddening to see it. And it is a Yule Scepter. It's a nice disable, but you need damage. Aghanims have given him a good amount of damage. And the game just sort of stalling. I think the Dire should be... Oh, here we go. Will that be enough? Does he have... He puts on his mecha and there we go. Viper's down and it looks like Bristleback is going to fall afterwards. No? He's... Oh, finally! Swarm! A level! Bristleback, look at him. When he's attacked from behind, it's like he's being tickled. Wrong lane. So those were 3 kills that just didn't need to happen. Just like that. Actually, let's try that elsewhere. But when you're behind, you need to close. When you're ahead, you need to finish the game. If you just stand behind and farm, then these pickoffs can happen. So once you have a 14, where is it? A 12k experience, 10k gold, you might as well try to end the game. Because what are you waiting for? You're not gonna win twice. You're just gonna win and that's it. The game is over. So by waiting, you just give the Radiant chance to pick up a few items. Of course, the guy wants to farm as well and pick up their own items, but you're ahead. You've already proven that you're winning the fights. Deso. The problem with Deso on Tusk, I suppose, is because he's melee. But with Snowball and Walrus Punch, you should be able to land pretty decent hits. There we go. Jump in. Lark he just jumped and he used his ultimate. That's all he did. And that's it. He's out. He's out of the fight for now, for a little while he heals up. Still, looks like we're gonna be seeing dead Tuskar. Ogre falls down. Tuskar's down. And why? Well, at least they were able to take a tower during that time. Windrangers, I think she's going to go for crit. You want to take stuff that proc, so crit is incredibly good on Windranger. Here we have a battle between Weaver and Leshrac, which looks like might go in Leshrac's favor, and it does. That's enough to get his heart. Oh, love the animation. Will it hit him? Oh, I think you can. Yes, you get. I've seen these global shackles. They're amazing. You know, you teleport to your base or somewhere, and you get there. Have you ever teleported? You're here. You teleport somewhere like the top lane. You get there and you shackle you and your friend when you're trying to help him. It's insane. And he has his heart. He has a bloodstone. He's not falling in, but he doesn't have enough armor. He could go for some armor, especially now that Tuskar has Deso. He could use some. But this is nice. He's definitely well farmed. Yeah, number 4. And Weaver, he's good late game, but doesn't look like he's going to be enough for his team.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And Dire decided to go high ground. And I wonder if you can you purge off the ultimate? I don't know if you can or not. Bristleback turning around his blade mail. This is if you're diving in. I'm not sure why you need to turn on your Miran's ultimate. Looks like he's down for the count and he manages to shackle with his friend. All right, Slark is down. Oh dear. And Viper. Once is not enough, he's as high as we can count. So first you don't need to use Miran's ultimate when you're pushing into a base. They have a tower. Until the tower is brought down, it's kind of pointless to use Miran's ultimate because they have vision. And the shackle, Bristleback, he tanked a bit too much. Unless if you don't turn around, you're not really that tanky. If you're there, I think you're from behind. So crit, Maelstrom. This is some good damage on Windrunner. I think she does more damage than Weaver now. But they almost brought down the tower, so some progress. It cost them a lot. And Roshan's back. If they take Roshan, they should be able to go high ground. But you know, theoretically, what could happen and what does happen are sometimes can be worlds apart. You think one team is better at pushing high ground, but then they make a mistake, a couple of bad plays here and there, and suddenly they're not. You know, it doesn't go that well for them. And yeah, it has this Aghanim Scepter. It's probably gonna go for Heaven's Halberd next. Would be really good for him. They don't have much minus armor. They only have the Bristleback, but they should be able to bring Roshan down quite fast anyway. Maybe using the Vitality. Oh, here we have the show. No, it's not. It's not Weaver again. I was thinking it's Weaver against Leshrac again, but I was like, no, that rematch is later. Yep. Oh, he didn't go for MKB. He went for crit. Damage is good, but I would have thought you'd go for MKB when the enemy team has it starts getting evasion on them. But No, damage is damage. And he's here, but he doesn't have a TP scroll. Is there a TP scroll on the courier or something? No. So if the dire team knew this and they just pushed hard, Weaver can't do anything. He can't help them out. If they see this right now, if they see that he has no TP scroll, I think they should just go for it. But no, they're just backing out. Alright, this time I commit suicide. He knows he's gonna die. But to move around without TP scrolls when you're being sieged, but Dire they just go back when they should have just pushed as hard as they could. Instead, they gave the Radiant team some space and Weaver some farm. They should have traded, but they almost grazes him. And it looks like the Radiant team will be in full retreat. Weaver keeping them slowed, but with Heaven's Halberd he can't attack anymore. No Lincolns, no BKB to block it. Nice time lapse. They don't have a gym yet at this stage. They should probably have a gym. And Weaver, he went up, he got a kill, he got a tower, and he forced the Dire to all just go back. Oh, they do have a gym. Okay. Those are the kind of plays that can win you the game. You're behind, you go, you create some space, you force them to stop pushing. The Dire didn't have to do that. They could have just pushed. They could have just gone bottom, tried to get their axes while Weaver was up here. He's going to have to run all the way down to the bottom lane. And to be fair, the Radiant team without Weaver, Slark doesn't contribute much. So it would have been, like 4 against 3.5 or something. So their strategy just didn't work out for them at all. Lincoln's on Mirana. What does she block exactly? Fire Blast, Ignite, Walrus Punch, I suppose. Shackle as well. Okay spell. Viper doesn't seem to have made much progress. Oh, look at that. Viper's way down now. He hasn't really been able to get any items for some time. I think you probably should go just for heart now. Nice Q's keeping him alive. Throw a stun, misses. But alright, that's a dead Wind Ranger. Will we have there he goes. Slow, life break, just throwing everything they have at him. But in the meantime, Weaver up here. No TP still. And Leshrac against Weaver. Round, what is it, 3? I think they both took 1 round off of each other, but this time Weaver is able to just split push incredibly well and forces the Dire to go back. The Dire get 2 pickoffs, yet they're the ones who are playing defensive. You can't compliment this Weaver enough. Well, if you had a teleport scroll, you'd be perfect. But aside from that, minor detail. That's 3k. If you're split pushing, Desto would be really good, but his team already has one. So, but he's going for Assault QS. So you don't want to get a second Desto because the effects don't stack. Yeah, at the same time, it would have been a really good item for him for the split pushing. Same enough for buyback, he does. Their team executing the very illustrious strategy of all mid. Or are they? Is it all mid or all bottom? Turn around. I think you should just look here. You shouldn't. Alright, we have a stun. Walrus Punch flying out, taking a ton of damage. He didn't use his Blade Mail during that whole time, or his Crimson. Both of them are off cooldown. Is he going to use them now that he came back to life? Alright, he throws out every spell he has. Still no Blade Mail. Weaver's is gone out, but he buys back. And Radiant team look like they're falling. Just focus on the racks. Flying Link is not able to block that Walrus Punch. Bristleback, so he's gonna fall and look, and Mirana buys back, teleports into the fight, but it may be a dieback. Oh, it's a dieback.
Take me. More for your money.
And they did force a few buybacks though. The Weaver bought back the only the Weaver. Weaver and Mirana died after that, so definitely not the best use. We're gonna see perhaps the graphs go in Radiant's favor for the first time this game. Maybe. And all this is just thanks to Weaver buying them time. He had okay, now that he bought back, you have this much gold, just buy your next item. Doesn't matter what it is, you're not gonna buy back anytime soon. Another thing is that when you I didn't see him just now if he was taking the creeps or not, but after you just bought back, it's not worth trying to do any neutrals or anything. Just go for Raxes because you can't get any gold. Let's see. Oh, and Swarm still only level 1. Oh, he lives.
Middle barracks
Look at that agility stolen. All that from 2 fights. But they're able to, I like to say successfully defend their racks because it's still standing, but I mean they lost a Huskar over it. And we see it. Yes! Radiant team in the lead for the first time this game. Slark, he very close to Skadi, 45 minutes into the game. Till now I'm like, why did you put it as agility? Should have put it as strength to get a bit more life. He has a Skadi. Maybe he'll go for Abyssal afterwards. Skullbash is a really good item on him. He just bought back. The arrow hit would have been great. He just bought back. You should spend your gold. There's no reason to save it. You're not gonna get anything out of it. So what's he gonna go for? Demon Edge? Demon Edge? Butterfly. Interesting. Looks like we're gonna go have Orchid on Windranger. He already has his Molineer, so he's gonna have stronger lightning and Chrysalis. I think Daedalus would be better. I'm not sure you really need silences this stage of the game, but Hex would have been better. But Orchid may not be so worth it. You have Bottom Tower looks like he's gonna fall.
You're not going anywhere.
Look at how tanky that guy is. Arrow misses. Raccoon is dead, and they're chasing Windranger. They know she's around here. Nice juking. Didn't expect her to go this way. Will she be able to make it out alive? Mirana arrow. She's gonna throw it somewhere around here. No, looks like she won't be able to get it. That was a good play by Windrunner. Windrunner. So he's going for Butterfly. I mean, it gives you some damage, but I don't know. I thought MKB would be what you really want to go for. They do have evasion. Sorry, where's their evasion? Two heroes with evasion. So MKB ensures that you keep hitting them hard. And the mini stun is. They don't have anything channeling, but maybe you can interrupt teleports. It's good. It looks like he's going for the Aghanims. Not 800 gold away from it. Slark, just talked about him. Tuskar going for more minus armor. With Assault Kiras and Deso, he should hit hard, yet Tuskar, his wall response just seems to be rather underwhelming. Of course, maybe it's hard to notice when 15 spells are happening at the same time. It's like, wait, what's wall response been doing? But it's hard to see it with all the other effects going on. Viper going for heart, definitely approve of that. You have enough armor. You want more life because your damage reduction is pretty good, physical and magical. So you want more life to live as long as you can. He doesn't do much damage now because it takes time for their toxin to start affecting them more. But you know, he's still decent at this stage. Heart, he hasn't made any progress since he got his heart. Oh. Looks like the Radiant team won. They're probably gonna finish Roshan before. Yes, do they? Alright, Bristleback has it. Does anyone have the cheese? No. Windranger brings down Huskar, and it's a 2-on-4. with a nice arrow coming in, will it hit anyone? No, not enough range on that. Bristleback, just throwing goo, throwing his bristles, still alive. And this fight looks like Dire will be able to turn, but in the meantime we have Weaver in the middle lane. Radiant might get. Will we see Tusk make it out alive? He might be able to turn around and get rid of the Aegis. There we go. His life for an Aegis.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
In the meantime,
Middle barracks has fallen.
apologies. In the meantime, the Weaver was in top lane. He managed to get the melee racks and might cost him his life, and it does. And this was Weaver who bought back earlier, so he's gonna be out. He doesn't have enough gold. He's gonna be out of this for a while. Almost 2 minutes. If they push, which they should, they're all 5 alive, and there's no Weaver and no Tuskar for quite a while. Don't Slark. Will he go man mode on this? Slark turning the game around after his, well, less than impressive showing so far, able to bring down the Viper pretty much solo. Slark just making a comeback. Still, it's 4 on 3 basically by the time they reach there. Tuskar's out, and Viper is a bit more important than Weaver in these fights. They should just push. They hesitate too much, the Dire team. I'm not sure what they're waiting for all the time. But they go in, no Aegis, but there. This was a nice mirror ultimate. Wind Ranger taking too much damage. Focus on the racks. Focus on the racks. No, we're not focusing on the racks. Dive the fountain. Just dive the fountain. There we go. All right, Tuskar goes in. Roll. They're just delaying each other, both of them. Slark going on Bristleback, but still tanking from behind. Now we have Slark, Bristleback falling. No, ignore the racks. You don't need them. You don't need them. Slark bought back, and Tusk, will he be able to? Is he going to roll in? They do. They go on Huskar, who had his blazer but just went off. Ultimate throw. Will Tuskar? No, not enough damage to bring him down. First, Slark going to work, keeping his base alive. Will he be able to? That bash, keeping him there. And Leshrac commits suicide. There we go. He can't jump when you're being pounced on, and there we go. It cost them a Slark buyback, but they defend their base. Oh, is there a gym? Yeah, there's a gym here. I was wondering what was this green thing. Well, oh, really? You defend and then you leave the base? Mirana buys back. This is the second time she bought back to go back to the bottom lane, and all she did was use her buyback. So just now, oh sure, I mean you defended it.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
They defend the racks with like all their might, and they're like, yeah, let it fall. You know? Mirana, she teleported in. I thought, oh, okay, this is a waste of time and buyback. But Slark ignores all the creeps, goes for her, and they give them a Rax. And Weaver, though, he's been pushing mid for some time. He's probably not gonna buy anything until he has his buyback. He doesn't want to risk it. Just pushing like a boss. Without this, though, it's not as fast as it could be. Still pretty fast, though. He does good damage with Geminate. And Swarm maxed out. Of course, level 25, you have to max it. Crit doesn't work against towers. Just a very strange fight. Dire, the racks are here, but they're like, we want to fight here. This is our zone. We like this area. And the Radiant, after they win the fight, they're like, well, you know, they put a Dire deserve a racks after that. Still very tanky. Heart, evasion, damage reduction, blade mail. Looks like we'll see him fall. Very nice shackle. He shot him here, but it angled here somehow. I don't understand. Oh, Wind Ranger is down. Did she buy back in that last fight? It's hard to. No, she didn't. And she does have her buyback ready. Arrows, strategy. He go here, attack there, they're here. Not sure that all that means. Let's see. Wind Ranger, Orchid's not that good, I think. In this game, there's not really that much magic, you know, active skills. Hex would have been a lot better. Weaver, not gonna, he bought his butterfly. The last time he didn't have buyback, they lost their bottom racks. I think he should save for buyback, but he's not. No, he's going butterfly. It's not really. It's not gonna help you that much. It's not gonna make much of a difference. Ogre has his orgy, has his Aghanims, Yules. Probably could look towards the Hex now. Slark hasn't really advanced much. He's probably saving for Abyssal Blade. Really good item for him now. Weaver, does he have? He does have teleport scroll. Okay. But they want to try their best to force a buyback. Nice spin, Walrus Punch. Not enough to bring him down yet. Second life break. Okay, Tuskar's down. And Weaver, he gets top tower. Tuskar will almost bring down the Ogre. Ogre's down. And looks like we'll have the Slark dead as well. Alright, 3 dead for the Radiant. And during that time, Mirana is going to the top lane, but not enough to. She can't take on the Weaver by herself. Is this going to be some sort of base race? No, they get the middle racks. Will they go for the top? Weaver, he's just making a beeline straight away for the bottom racks. And while the Dire, they want to get top. It's only Wind Ranger in the base. Weaver now he decides to not risk it. He doesn't want to take Mega Creep, so he goes back to his base. It's with Mirana, she can't teleport yet, so it's 3-on-2. Beautiful shackle shot. Weaver is he gonna bring down Viper? He not yet, almost. Bristleback. Jim, they can't see him. Will he commit suicide? No, he can't commit suicide. Where is Mirana? Mirana, can you teleport? You should teleport. And is he gonna fall? Is he gonna fall? No, he does. But can they get the racks in the meantime? Mirana, where are you? Oh my god, would you just teleport here and take this? Mirana just staying top lane for absolutely no reason whatsoever when he should be here. And it's they could have run down. And Bristleback lost his life almost bringing down this melee racks, while Miranda was just, hey, I'm here, you know, look at me, farming the top lane, gotta get that gold. Oh, I think he died and Bloodstone brought him back early, but that's fine. There's Roshan back up. Insane. I look at the graphs and I'm like, well, look at this roller coaster here. Look at this EXP graph, whatever the hell is going on. But just now, I think they could have gone Mega Creeps, but Mirana decided not to go to the top lane. Oh, not long enough. So that decision to not help, that cost them. At this point, oh, it looks like she has Demon Edge, and finally has Daedalus. Weaver. I want him to have buyback, but he managed to farm it during that last engagement. What's he gonna go for next? I think you get Boots of Travel, then you go and Ring of Aquila still here, huh? So yeah, maybe you sell Ring of Aquila, put the teleport scroll instead of it, and you get yourself another item. What do MKB? Still thinking MKB is good. If you know, maybe Heart is fine as well to survive, but MKB is you know, more damage. Even just now, again in the bottom lane, he was able to blow up Weaver as fast as I thought. Viper as fast as I thought. Slark gonna farm up his Abyssal. Does he? If his buyback is available, I say don't get your Abyssal. You can buy back, maybe help your team. That's better than Abyssal Blade. But I think after this, he's just gonna go straight away for Abyssal Blade. Yep, beeline for the Abyssal. Not sure I agree with that. I think if he kept his buyback, he'd be more useful. But we'll see. Oh, Weaver and Tuskar. Oh, Hood of Defiance. Interesting. You don't see people going tank items late in the game. At least not a Hood. So, and yeah, just an Iron Branch right here. You know, maybe a teleport scroll would be better. I mean, when you're then again, Tuskar seems to spend most of his time inside his base. He doesn't seem to still push like the rest of the team. Well, I say rest of the team, I mean Weaver. Viper, Heart, Aghanims, Mecha, Boost of Travel. Probably gonna go for Assault Cuirass next would be best. But saving for buyback first is more important. Leshrac, BKB. I don't think they have. The only thing they have that goes through BKB is Walrus Punch. So definitely a good choice. He needs some armor though. Weaver focuses, you know, is able to focus him and bring him down pretty fast. Oh, you don't want to walk there. And looks like the Radiant just want to go for the throne. Are they executing the famous all mid stretch? Oh, Slark is able to get. Does she cast her ultimate? No, she's down for the count. Buyback available though, and immediately she uses it. During the meantime though, Leshrac picked up the Aegis. A very good Aegis carrier. Stun. His ultimate is turned on, being able to bring down that Slark. Slark with no buyback because he bought a Missile Blade. And Leshrac able to man up, and there we go, 2 people dead. Only Bristleback on the Dire team is down. Whereas Radiant, they have, I think most of them don't have buyback. Yeah, the Windrunner doesn't have buyback. Slark I know doesn't have buyback. What about Ogre doesn't have buyback. If they just come here, just get this. I wish I could ping it for them. It doesn't matter. He doesn't matter. This is what he's doing right now. None of it matters. All this is just time wasting. And Mirana in the base, it's good that she's defending, but what they need is just to push and get mega creeps, and that's it. They use their Aegis. What is everyone doing? They have creeps inside. Go for the top barracks. Oh, it's coming down to. It's going to be a very strange finish, whichever side wins. But they're waiting too long. They had 3 of them dead. Just go for it. I mean, if they don't defend, they have to defend bottom anyway. So you're only facing up against like one. There we go. They have the glyph though, but still they have enough time before Slark and Ranger come back. If you go invisible though, you're able to avoid the swarm. Ignore him. Ignore him. Hit the racks. He doesn't matter. No, they're deciding that they want to get more kills. We need to get at least 60 kills before we end the game. Alright, it's 4 of you. There we go. Oh, thank God. But it's not over yet. There's still a chance that they're both able to get Mega at the same time. Slark, no point in trying to delay them now unless you're able to get very beautiful. Able to get a shackle shot on 2. Looks like maybe Huskar's gonna fall as well. Huskar? Oh, is he? All these jumping around, keeping him, reducing the enemy team's life. Huskar buys back. They don't need to leave their base anymore. If I were them, I'd just go back and camp inside my own base. But this leaving up, if he dies again, he just bought back. If he dies, that's it. There's no buyback for him. Weaver, is he gonna fall? No, his last second time lapse, keeping him alive. If they kill this guy right now, it's a dieback. Oh dear. 2 minutes. Oh, he has buybacks, but 2 minutes with no Viper. They have mega creeps though, so they're not too worried. If honestly, the dire once you have mega creeps, it's usually not really. That's a nice effigy. That's really cool. You don't really need to leave your base. You have mega creeps. Let the other team just crumble by themselves. You know, you can't. It's pretty hard to bring down these guys, and you don't want to risk like this crazy backdoor happening out of nowhere. It's gonna be pretty hard to backdoor because the lanes are so pushed out, but it's risky to leave. So they have mega. They could have had mega maybe 10 minutes ago, but they get it eventually. And I want to say dire win, but you never know. I mean, this game has been pretty, you know, unconventional so far. Both sides, you don't. Are they gonna go all mid? Will the Radiant try try this. But by the time they get there, Mirana and Viper should be back, and Weaver by himself can't handle all of them. He has a lot of gold. Maybe you go Divine Rapier. You sell something, you go Divine, and you just go all out. When you're behind, you have to take the big risks. And it's not like if he loses Divine, he loses the game. He's already against Mega Creeps. Alright, it's 3 of them against... Well, it's 3 on 3. Jump on Bristleback. Slark taking too much damage. Oh, looks like Slark... No, just Ogre falls down, so will Slark follow? Weaver. Low life, but able to make it out. Huh. Somehow they're able to push out the lanes. Interesting. They were able to push out past the river on all 3 lanes. Well, almost past the river. Man, bounty rooms give a ton now, don't they? Well, I think it will give you what 5 every 2 minutes or something like that. That's a lot.
A tithe to the impurities.
He hasn't really made much progress in a while, has he? And look, when he looks at them, he takes damage. Oh, that's a dead Bristleback, followed by
We're still alive.
potentially a dead Mirana. Slark trying to create space, but he has his ultimate ready, and he should have used it.
Change of plans. Back to the impurities.
Walrus punch. That's a good amount of damage. I think he used the cheese just now, I think. And will they be able to bring down the Weaver? No, doesn't look like it. Does he have it? His stamina should be almost out of backup. Jump into Walrus. Snowball, keeping him alive for an extra 4 seconds. Not that it's gonna matter much. Yeah, I don't see a comeback happening. Overall, it was a really good game. I think both sides could have pushed earlier if they wanted to win this. They could have pushed earlier, secured their win. And Radiant,
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Radiant, they could have.
Of the impurities. I return.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I'm not exactly sure what the Radiant could have
Radiant's
done,
ancient is under
but
attack.
they did very well, especially this Weaver. Kept them around for a very long time. So good game, and I hope you enjoyed the cast.